Hey everyone! I'm your host Reina Rupak,
And I'm Dimpi Yadav,
and we are the Girl Up Mukti podcast.
the inner voice that tells your story.
Our story.
Hello everyone, I am Tanisha Sharma. I was born and brought up in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, and I'm currently pursuing my BBA Finance and Accountancy from Christ University, Bangalore. I love reading books and public speaking, and I identify myself as an ardent feminist, and hence working at Girl Up Mukti on various projects towards gender equality has been the most wonderful experience for me. Dave Ramsey has perfectly said this, that those who don't manage their money will always work for those who do. And when women learn to manage their money, they not only get rich, but they also gain the ability to live life on their own terms. And here with us, we have an epitome of the same. Suhera Rayyan, the owner of Scrunchy House, and also, as she likes to say it, a self-proclaimed scrunchy expert. At just the age of 17, she has been able to create this wonderful brand where they provide trendy and classy scrunchies along with hair accessories and keychains. But of course, she did not achieve all this with a January resolution that was abandoned in February. She not only dreamt big, but also worked really hard to get here. Today's topic is all about businesses and being financially independent at a young age. And who better than our today's girl boss, Suhera Rayyan, to talk about it. Welcome to the Girl Up Mukti podcast, Suhera. It's a pleasure to have you with us here.
Hello everyone, thanks a lot for this opportunity. I am excited and happy to be on board with you.
Really excited to have you today. So let's get started with the questions. Hi Suhera, tell us about yourself and your business.
As Tanisha has already introduced me, my name is Suhera Rayyan and I'm the owner of Scrunchy House. I'm 17-year-old and currently studying my 12th, pursuing my science stream. So what happens when everyone has used the Netflix screens and you have crossed the limits? That's how Scrunchy House is invented. So basically one night I go on my bed and I was going to watch my favorite Netflix series, and then I realized that everyone in my house is watching Netflix and the screen limit is used up. And then I decide, let's do some shopping. I go on Google, I said I really needed one scrunchie. I searched for scrunchies, and to my knowledge, I come to know that scrunchies are sold at like 300 to 400 rupees. And that's when I realized that why can't I make such a simple thing? I mean, I can do it. It is just a scrunchie. So that's when we started Scrunchy House. It was started on August 8, 2020. So it's been approximately a year. And our main aim is to provide our customers with a unique experience. We always try to innovate and experiment with new products like our sip scrunchies. So our sip scrunchies is just a scrunchie with a sip, and who knew it could be a bestseller because it's just selling, an extra pocket for your lip balms, for the cash. And as the name suggests, we initially started selling just scrunchies, but then gradually we included new products like hair accessories like clips, headbands, and even resin products like resin jewelry, keychains. And we are even working on introducing more new stuff, exciting stuff to fulfill our customers' needs.
That sounds really
That's all.
What was the driving force behind you starting this business, and was sustainability always a part of the plan? If yes, how did you manage to achieve it?
So the driving force, many factors work on it, right? So the main thing was when I realized that scrunchies are sold at like for 400, 300 rupees. I mean, would you really pay for one scrunchie, would you pay like 400? I mean, I wouldn't, trust me. So basically what these high-end fashions, they don't care about like sustainability and stuff. They just want to market their product. They will put a label. And if you remove the label, basically it's just a scrunchie, right? So what I realized is at that point that I need to sell scrunchies at like a lesser rate, an affordable rate, what it is really worth for. I mean, 400 is not worth for a scrunchie, but okay, suppose my brand 50, 60, there are so many other brands who sell at other rates. So that is what affordable, like people shouldn't feel guilty when they're buying the scrunchies. So that's when I realized that we need to start up a brand, and that's how Scrunchy House was started. Apart from this, growing up, I always wanted to start like a business. So when I I wanted to start my brand, my business, and that's when I realized that I can make some impact. I can influence. I can motivate young entrepreneurs too. And I always wanted to be a boss babe, and I guess I'm on the way to achieve it. Hoping so, and that's all. And about sustainability, yes, it was a part of our business. So when we first started, it was pandemic and there was lockdown all over Udupi. I couldn't get materials, and that's when I realized that there are clothes lying around in my house, cloth materials, which are of no use. So I took them, I stitched them into scrunchies, and it was apparently became like really bestsellers and all. And even now we have employed a tailor. So since he's a tailor, he always has these scraps of materials, and he turns them into scrunchies and we sell them. So that's how we work on sustainability. And apart from this, I would say that we're working towards making plastic free packaging, but considering India's environment, it's a bit hard, but we are working on it.
I can say this with like no doubts that you surely are the boss that you've always wanted to be, and especially because not only are you following your passion at such a young age, you're also really concerned about the environment and being able to do something for the society and like giving something good to the people at affordable prices, and that is really commendable. Okay, so how did your friends and family react to your idea of starting a small business?
When I first said my family about the small business, everyone gave me the support I really needed to start my business. Speaking of my family, my mom, my sister, my dad, they gave me endless support and love, more than I could ever ask for. They motivated me on the days where I felt like very low. By giving up, they really motivated me on working hard on my business. They even helped me on the days when there were tons of orders. It was hard to like all do it by myself, like being a student and running a business. It's hard. So they helped me through that too. And they encouraged me to work on my business. And I don't think Scrunchy House would be Scrunchy House if they weren't around me. And talking about my friends, they gave me tremendous amount of support. In fact, they were my first customers. And the best part about them is they didn't ask for discounts for any of the products. And that's what you can do if you have, a best friend best friend who runs a business. And I would also say that as we were first Instagram based, they used to, my friends used to share my page. They used to follow, comment, like, save. And these small things means a lot when you're running a business through Instagram. It increases the engagement rate. So at last, I would like to say that everyone gave me the support I really needed to run the business. And that's how, we are successful today.
That's really sweet. And it also talks about, to everyone who's watching this or listening to the podcast, she very rightly mentioned how there are so many like small ways where you can just support a small business owner, a family, or a friend or a family member who's owning a small business. And it might not mean anything to you, but it'll mean a lot to the business and to the person.
That's really true.
So Suhera, what is it to be financially independent at such a young age?
So being financially independent, it didn't come at once. It took a lot of time. Basically, the main thing once you become financially independent is you understand the importance of money. You have a knowledge of money. You learn about money management. And trust me, these are the things what they should teach in our, in our colleges from our from a young age, but they don't. And this only comes with practice. You can't just study it off and learn. So being financially independent, that's how I learned the importance of money. You can be independent, right? You can work towards like living on your own terms. You can work on it. And you don't really have to ask your parents for any, for cash. You can be independent. And that's one of the best things. And that's how you learn the value of money, how to spend it. Like when you have money, how to spend it. That's when you learn. And apart from that, you can be very secure, independent, of course. And being independent, I have also realized that people get, motivated seeing you. When you're financially independent, you can motivate other people. And in fact, there are some people who have come up to me and they'll be like, even I want to like learn how to do it. And, that's like very, it's a very proud moment for me. And also right now, I just like want to say to the people who are listening to podcasts, there are other ways other than running a business. Many teenagers invest in cryptocurrencies and stock marketing, which is like one of the best options to like earn money at this age. You can start learning investing. So if you're listening to this, give it a chance. And also the last thing about it is you can be a better person. You can, you are in a better position to help others when you're financially independent.
That was really motivating, and I'm sure a lot of our young listeners would listen to this and be encouraged to do something of their own too. So I'm really sure that successfully running a small business at the age of 17 is no easy feat. So what would you say were the biggest challenges that you faced in your journey of reaching here?
I would like to say that challenges are something what makes your life interesting. If there was no challenges in my path, I don't think what we are today we would have been. It would be boring, trust me. Challenges is the main aspect. You face your challenges, and that's how you become successful. So talking about challenges, what I faced, the main thing was about my studies. Since I'm doing my science, people, it's like a crucial age and all. So that's how like you have to give importance for your studies also. But then even the business, it was very hard to run both the things side by side. But at last, I just learned how to manage them, time management, and that's how I figured it out that you could run both the things side by side. If you really wish to make it work, it will happen. The other things is like about pandemic, right? So we started a business during pandemic. And at that point, I think it was the peak of pandemic and everything was closed. It was so hard to get like raw materials, like packaging materials and even courier services. It was delaying and all. And the other thing is being a newbie in business. So since I didn't have experience before, it was really hard for me to understand how business works because I don't have proper knowledge. They have not been thought about it, obviously. So like it was hard. But with practice, you learn. And then there are rude customers too. You really don't know, like they can be demotivating. Sometimes if you don't give them for cheaper rates, they start demotivating you. But you should not listen to them. You should do what you are doing. You should be the boss babe you are. You do you. So there will be challenges, any business you run, anything you do, there will be challenges, but you have to face them without, getting afraid.
Yeah, Suhera. So, even after facing all these challenges, what you're doing, I feel that's nothing short of incredible. And I'm sure everyone around you is really proud of you. So, Suhera, as people say that when women support other women, incredible things happen. How true has this been in your life, your journey, and what did this support from the women around you mean to you?
The words women support women, it's extremely true. Because trust me, I'm surrounded by two most amazing, motivating, supporting women in my life. That's my mom and my sister. They have helped me a lot. They have supported me a lot. Through moral support also, and even they also helped me to run my business. I still sometimes when the work was more, my mom used to help me do it. And when I first started the business, I really didn't know stitching. So my sister, she had done a course, so she helped me. She taught me how to stitch properly. So that's women supporting women, and I extremely stand by that fact that it is very true. Apart from this, they have given me a lot of moral support. And I would also like to mention about my other small business friends. They are all, so we have this group, all women group. And even for the smallest milestones, they encourage you so much. Like suppose I get some 1,000 followers. They will encourage you so much that you feel like, okay, I have to get 1,500 followers. Because I know that there are people supporting me. There are people encouraging me. So these other small business women, we all support each other and we, as I told earlier, that commenting, saving, liking, those are like basic things what a small business owner who's running Instagram page need, and we all do it with each other. So yeah, women support women. It's extremely true, trust me.
There's honestly nothing more comforting than actually listening to stories of women empowering other women and genuinely being there for each other. That's just amazing. Okay, so Suhera, what are the problems that you face now on a day-to-day basis, especially because you're also a student?
So basically, I would just like to mention the fact that just because you're 17 and I am running a business, there are so many people every day coming to me and saying that you shouldn't be doing your business. You should focus on your studies. It's your 12th. What are you doing? Study, boards, hey. I mean, you know the pressure, boards, hey, furlough. So that's how they all, force you that business is not important and studies is what is important. So what I'm trying to say is, if you can handle business and studies side by side, then I don't see what the problem over there. You can achieve what you're doing. You can do both the things side by side. What you really need to learn is time management. Another thing is, people doubt on your age. Just because I'm 17, people doubt that how is she running a business? Then they be like, okay, it won't be successful, or she's taking help from someone or something like that. But trust me, you can be 30 years old and also run an unsuccessful business. Be 17-year-old, run a successful business. It's all about the passions. Passion is what, makes it happen. So being a student, running my student and running a business, it's kind of hard. But once you learn time management, which is like a basic thing, like a important thing when you're running a business. So you can do both the things side by side. If you really wish that it works, you wish that it'll be successful, it can happen.
So I think you're a living example of the fact that if you have the right motivation and if you're able to like balance stuff together and manage your time properly, there's literally no problem in like pursuing your passion and your studies together. And that is something very important. And I think every student needs to learn. Okay, Suhera. So what do you think is the importance of women being financially independent in today's world?
In today's world, women should be financially independent. I mean, they should try their best to be financially independent. If they can't, they have to try their best. Because one main thing is, it makes them feel very secure. It makes them feel very respected. Apart from that, it has a huge influence on society, and it also boosts your moral confidence, boosts your morals confidence. And one more thing I would like to say is that you feel like you stop feeling the need of someone else when you're financially dependent. Like, we stop feeling the dependence wala need, and you can also be a role model, because I know so many people. Even me, I see these women who are financially independent. I be like, okay, I want to be like them when I grow up. So if you are at that position, your younger generation is going to look up to you, and they're going to be like, I want to be this woman. Who this woman is, I want to be her. I want to be her. And you can be a role model for them. And since the competition in the world is very much today, I mean, it's a lot. And there's like rise in living expenses and all. Being independent is important. Being financially independent is important to be, even to be successful in your life, you have to be independent on financial terms. And if you really want to live on your own terms, then yeah, you have to be financed. Like, it's important.
I totally agree with everything you said, and especially in today's world where women are questioned at everything for everything that they do in the society. I think if once you have that financial cushioning, it really gives you the confidence to live life on your own terms and just be able to like protect yourself and care for yourself. Okay, so can you give some tips and tricks to all those young entrepreneurs out there who are listening to a podcast or are watching this video?
So remember, everyone, important ingredient in running a business is getting up and making it happen. Many have the ideas to run a business. Many people, ideas, everyone will have the ideas, but it is only few people who will get up and do it. It's not that I'll do it tomorrow. It's not I'll do it next week or next month. It is doing it today. Take a book and pen. If you're planning for a business, I'm telling you after this podcast, you're going to take a book and pen and start planning your business right away. You don't wait. So a true entrepreneur is basically someone who does. He's a doer, he's a doer and not a dreamer. So some tips I would like to give is that you don't really need huge investments. You don't need a website at the beginning itself. You can start with Instagram pages, Facebook pages, other social media platforms. And if you're planning for a business, you can start a social media content page beforehand so that you can make connections and all. And also, I would like to give an example of myself. I didn't start with a proper thank you card and everything because I knew I couldn't afford it. Even though I didn't have that much cash and stuff, I took a piece of paper and I printed out thank yous cards and I sent it out. So you don't have to make it all very pretty and all when you're first starting a business. The first main thing is just run the business, and when the profits come, you again invest it. So the main thing of what I'm trying to basically say is like work on your business. And then all I want to say is that when you feel overwhelmed, you should love yourself. Trust me. Take the breaks you need. Take the breaks you need, because if you don't take the breaks, you will feel very, mad at other people, and you don't want that. You don't want that in business. You don't, mix up your feelings and emotions into your business. And one more thing is that there will be days where you feel like giving up. Even I have faced them. But those are the days you have to stand up. You have to face them. You have to work very harder, and face all those problems. Work hard, because one day it will all be worth it. Also, one other main important thing is learn about time management, money management, and all. And lastly, find a solution for people's problem. Find a solution for people's problem and sell that solution to them. And that's how you run a business. And all I want to say is that if you ever want any tips or tricks on starting business, I'm available on, my Gmail is contact us at scrunchyhouse.com. You can always send your inquiries, and I'm always there to support you, help you.
Wow, Suhera, that's really motivating and helpful, and I'm sure it would have motivated and genuinely cleared a lot of doubts in the minds of many young people and people wanting to start their own business soon. The last question for the day is, what are your plans for the future for yourself and your business?
So talking about my business, I would say that I'll be continuing Scrunchy House, and we'll be trying to make it bigger and a better brand. And we'll try to even provide new products and stuff for our customers, hoping that it'll grow into a better, bigger brand. And apart from that, I'm also planning to start another brand called Era. So I think we'll be doing a cosmetic brand, hoping that everything goes well. We start it within a year or 2 years or so, but we're working on it. And about myself, my future plans, I'm going to be doing my BBA after 12 and later MBA probably. And after that, apart from my studies, I would also like to be a better person, a more disciplined person, and someone who can, motivate, inspire others. So that's all.
Wow, Suhera, I genuinely wish you all the best. And I know for sure, for a person as hardworking and motivated as you are, you're going to achieve all of this and a lot more. With this, we come to the end of our podcast. You truly are an inspiration for all the budding entrepreneurs out there. Thank you so much for taking out the time and sharing your journey with us. We hope all our listeners will carry what they learned from you today in their lives. And of course, a huge congratulations for making it this far at such a young age, and all the very, very best for your future. We know for sure that our GirlBoss will inspire many more people and continue adding happiness to a lot more people through her products. Thank you, Suhera. Thank you for joining us today.
And before you leave, just remember, your soul is fierce
Your heart is brave.
and your mind is strong.